Morning, this is Brian. Today is Thursday, October 24th, 2024, and I'm on what is going to be my last outing on my October 2024 vacation. Kind of sad to see this vacation go because been a lot of great opportunities and a lot of great things that I've seen and experienced on this one. So let me have a little bit more of an experience. It's going to be a short little outing, probably short video today. But let's get this started off on the right foot. Look at this gorgeous hollyleaf cherry right here. Right here at Mission Trails Regional Park, Father Junipero Serra. Prunus ilicifolia, subspecies ilicifolia. What a magnificent specimen. Yeah, this has been a magnificent vacation. I didn't go all the way up in the Sierras, but I didn't think I needed to today to really experience all the wonderful stuff that I experienced. In fact, one of my plans I had to bail out of because I was supposed to go up to Breckenridge Mountain over in Kern County, over east of Bakersfield. I wanted to go and experience that, but I canceled that hike at the last minute due to the fact that that's another mountain area that burnt this year in July. I wasn't even aware of it. There was a fire in Kern County called the Powell fire that burnt, I think, it was well over 50,000 acres, and burnt up a huge chunk of that section of the area from the Paiute Mountains. It was caused by a fatal car accident on Highway 178, I believe west of Isabella Lake. And man, that was crazy. Yeah, it's called the Powell fire. So unfortunately, a nice chunk of that mountain area has been burnt, and includes some old growth sugar pine forest. You might have seen a couple of my videos from 2021 where I highlighted that area. Very, 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 very sad about that. There was some of the finest mountain scenery in Southern California to be found there. Breckenridge Mountain. There's a lookout tower and a couple of radio towers on the summit bumps along the southern half of the mountain. And I was really sad to see it all get burnt. Very sad. I would have really loved to have gotten back out there for another hike to the summit and maybe hike a couple of small peaks in the area, but it just wasn't meant to be, I guess. I probably would have been devastated on that hike. And knowing me, I like to keep good vibes. Alright, so I'm here in the Kumeyaay Campground as I'm talking about this. One big thing that did work out is that despite turning away from Breckenridge Mountain, I ended up doing a couple of ode videos and a couple of spotlight videos. So those will be coming up. Those should be coming up soon on my channel. So be on the lookout for some hiking videos. Be on the lookout for that in the next week or so. It's going to take me a long time to upload all of this footage that I've gotten, including a species of shrub that I've only seen for the first time in my life. Small trees, large shrub called netleaf hackberry. So be on the lookout for some spotlight videos. Probably be uploaded before this video comes up. But here we are. And Kumeyaay Lake Trail. I'm going to take this again like I did back in December. Say good morning to our little herp friend here. handsome little western fence lizard right here. Getting a little camera shy, it looks like. Look at that little guy. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Little handsome little lizard. Oh, they're planting bladder pod here. And these look like the regular variants. Paratome. I mean, it used to be paratome. It's Cleomella arborea, variety arborea. We got buckwheat planted here. Coast golden bush. Eusocoma benzisi, variety benzisi. Had to make sure it wasn't Vernonoides. And here we go. A lot of great Fremont cottonwoods growing here at Mission Trails. It's one thing I love about this park. Lots of Fremont cottonwoods in these wetter areas. And this is a beautiful specimen here. This one's got some girth to the base of it. What a beautiful tree. Hey, here's another little young lizard right here. A younger juvenile fence lizard. Look at this little guy. Hey, buddy. Hello, little buddy. I like the little yellow rusty color under its hind legs. Typical for Sceloporus occidentalis longipes. Wow. I've probably seen quite a few of those along the fence, so might be pointing them out a lot today. I'm very much a lizard lover. Lizards and snakes. And of course amphibians. Here's another little guy. Look at this. It's good to see some lizards up this morning. All right. Okay, last time I was here, I kind of went around, and I didn't go this way because there was somebody working and I didn't want to get in his way. I'm going to go take a walk along here. And that last picture, you eyes did not deceive you. This is a huge arroyo willow. This is a big one. Very girthy, old growth arroyo willow. Look at that, Salix lacciolipus. This is a huge trunk. This is an old arroyo willow. And old may be a relative term because willows are typically not super long-lived compared to other trees like oaks and stuff like that. Trying to see if I can catch some fall color here too. Not much. It's very late start this year because of the very hot temperatures we've had since the end of September. Today it's supposed to be well up into the mid 80s, so that's why I'm doing this in the morning. And it's just been a very hot October. Luckily last week when I was hiking Woodson Mountain and North Iron Mountain, Mount Ellie, I caught a really awesome stretch at the beginning of my vacation before heading out and going up to higher elevations where the weather was obviously nicer. Other than that, the little cool down we had, it's been a really hot month. And I knew it was coming, especially after we had a cool spot in September. If we get a cool spot in September, usually means October is going to be a hot one. So, yeah. Ooh. Oh, it was a little baby fence lizard. All right, I'm gonna keep on trucking and keep you posted on what I find along this side of the trail here at Mission Trails. Actually, if I think about it, I think I did come this way. It looks familiar. Coming up to an old cottonwood tree I remember seeing when I was here. Yeah, some of these cottonwoods are magnificent. There are a few along the San Diego River, closer up by where I live. Easily seen from the 52, where some of them are changing color. So there is some fall color going on. Oh, some California rose. Okay. Rosa californica, look at that. Some decent sized rose hips. Sometimes California rose can get fall color too. Down here, sometimes they stay at least semi-evergreen. But I've seen them up in the mountains at elevation, and they turn sometimes red, yellow, and orange, multicolored leaf change. Let's see. Let's come up here. I think I've gone this way before too. Oh yeah. Go hike this way for a little while. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think I was up this way. Yeah, some of those cottonwoods are pretty big. Couple tall specimens back there. Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, so we do have some leaf change on these. We are starting to get some fall color. So that's good to see. And my eye spies something very interesting. My eyes spy a huge box elder. Huge California box elder right here. Oh, that's a massive one right there. Acer negundo, subspecies californicum. This is a big one. I didn't see this the first time. And it's changing color too. The leaves are changing color too. They're turning more of a yellow color. Yeah. This is a big Acer negundo, subspecies californicum. And we do have several specimens of box elder in this area. Yeah, that's a nice one. I didn't notice that the first time I walked around this area. And I know I did. For some reason I didn't catch it. So what we do have are these guys here. And this is Salix exigua variety Heinesiana. This is Heinz willow or sandbar willow. And they're shedding their leaves. They're going to be going dormant. They're shedding, already shed quite a few of their leaves. You get the polymorphous leaves on Heinz willow or sandbar willow. You get these larger leaves that are kind of wide or wider, and you get the really tiny, really narrow leaves found on this as well. And there's a red willow right there, Salix laevigata. No surprise there. All right. It's nice to see some fall color here. Here's a nice old cottonwood here. Nice, handsome Fremont cottonwood. And we are getting some leaf change. It's slow and late here in the, especially because we've had such a warm autumn. Warm just like last year, if not even slightly warmer. There's beautiful toyon. The pome's already ripening on it. Heteromales or budifolia. Yeah, they're starting to turn that rich red color. That's going to beautify the landscape for the next couple of months, even more than it already is beautiful. All right. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get into a spotlight video over here pretty soon. So I'm going to start transitioning into that, and then I'll finish up this video. Yeah, love these cottonwood trees. Beautiful Fremont cottonwoods. Beautiful spot this place is. I guess the trail goes on this side, I guess. Handsome place. All right. See you on the next clip. So back at my Mission Trails video. So I kind of wandered along here. I started shooting some other videos, including a spotlight on California box elder, and starting the beginning clips of what'll be released in about 2 months, which will be my Southern California Fall Color Volume 2 video for 2024. I started recording clips. So on the way back from over here, look at this monster broom baccharis. This is Baccharis cyrothroides, full of seeds. Look at this. Oh, this is a beauty. So this is a female. These are dioecious. In other words, male flowers are on separate plants from female flowers and seeds on other separate plants. So this one's a female, and she is laden with seeds. Broom baccharis, also known as desert broom, because this plant also ranges east into our deserts. Broom baccharis full of seeds. These are easy seeds to germinate. So if you ever come across broom baccharis, hopefully not in a protected place like Mission Trails where you're not supposed to collect anything, which is why I'm not grabbing seeds right now. I'm leaving this alone. If you ever come across a broom baccharis, you can find these in disturbed places, even in neighborhoods. So if you're walking down the street and you're not on somebody's property and you see a broom baccharis on the side of the street and you want to grow this plant, grab a bunch of these, put them in dirt, cover them very thinly with a very fine layer of dirt, water, and wait a few days to a week or two, and you'll get a bunch of broom baccharis seedlings. That's if you're so inclined to grow that plant. There's something I don't recognize here. Let me get a picture of this. So we got a lot of western ragweed growing here along the side of the trail. A lot of times these will form big, long corridors of clonal vegetation. In other words, roots spread like wildfire and produce rhizomes that send up shoots. But these ones tend to be clumpy. This is Ambrosia coelostachya, and it is definitely ragweed season. So if you're allergic, you might not be too comfortable around this plant. However, me being a plant lover, I cannot deny how really cool these plants are. And ragweeds are natives. They're not. These ones are not invasive. These are. They might look like invasive weeds to the untrained eye. These are most certainly natives and a part of our ecosystem. In fact, if you rub a leaf, let me see if I can get the fragrance. It does have a little bit of an aromatic smell. Pretty common for a lot of sunflower family plants, as this is here in the Asteraceae, and they do have some aromatic leaves that are actually quite pleasant. Not that far removed from the sense of Artemisia, like sagebrushes, which also often have camphor-like aromas that are very pleasant. Very, 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 very cool little spot here. Just found some stuff that I'm not familiar with. Some stuff I have to look up. There's a very large Canopodium species here. Not sure what species this is. And then we got Western Jimson weed here, or Sacred Datura. And then we got telegraph aster, or telegraph weed, Heterotheca grandiflora. And then some gorgeous red willows. Willows are typically pretty easy to grow too if you collect the twigs in the winter before the leaf buds open. The leaf buds and the flower buds. Get it before the leaf buds start swelling. So late winter, get the twigs, put them in water, and then the leaves should start coming out, and then roots will shortly follow. All right, look at this sycamore. Look at this massive Platanus racemosa. Now this is an absolutely gorgeous tree, and it's huge. This is a massive sycamore. And then we got another pretty big one over here. Another beautiful California sycamore right there. And then we got a beautiful leaning Fremont cottonwood, Populus fremontii, subspecies fremontii. Just look at the size of this sycamore tree. It's got some massive trunks in there too. And it's got a little buddy growing with it. Well, little is a relative term because it's much smaller than a sycamore tree, but this is actually quite a large mule fat. Pretty large one, but obviously, and this is Baccharis salicifolia, subspecies salicifolia, much smaller than our sycamore. Yeah, look at that. Fremont cottonwood starting to change color. Late October. Yeah, that's another massive California sycamore. These are some huge sycamores. I think these ones are close to about 100 feet tall. These are some big trees. Now, 100 feet tall is a pretty large sized tree. Now, if you got to combine it, well, there are a lot of trees in the world that are much larger than 100 feet in height, taller than that. However, you got to check out how large these trunks are. That's another part of what makes these absolutely gargantuan. What a beautiful California sycamore. Oh wow, this is just absolutely stupendous. Both of these sycamores are huge trees. Yeah, these things got to be over 100 feet tall. Maybe about 110, maybe a little close to that. These are big trees. Look at some pictures of these trees. I can't help it. These are just some stunningly beautiful trees. I can't get over these. Gosh, look at that. Incredible. I can't tell which one's taller. That one might actually be slightly taller. These are some huge trees. Oh boy. And these are massive. Yeah, they love these lower lying areas. Not always exactly in the riparian zone, which is by the stream beds, but sometimes a little bit away from it and a little bit above it, but not too far from it, for where its massive roots can get water, because these are water-loving trees. But willows and cottonwoods and box elder maples tend to even need water more. I just amazed by the size of these. These are absolutely stupendously beautiful monster trees. I just can't get enough of that. Goodness gracious. And yeah, this cottonwood right here, this is a nice older specimen here. I'm assuming this is one tree. This is probably one tree, but it could be two. Sometimes these can be multi-trunked. Yeah, pretty decent sized trunks on this one too. And you can see this one this one might have even had a third trunk. This might have been a third trunk. It might be from the same tree. And here's a root stock from it. Here's a root sucker, or they call root sucker a root shoot, which cottonwoods are pretty famously notorious for doing. They do have invasive roots, so if you do want to plant a cottonwood tree, watch where you plant it. But if you can swing it, you're going to have a very fast growing, beautiful shade tree that'll just grow astronomically fast. And look at that tall Goodings black willow right there. That's a tall one. That's probably about a good 60, 65 feet tall. That's a pretty tall one. And yeah, right along here, the leaves are changing. Leaves are changing. I'm just going to walk a little further along this and get a little bit more footage before I start heading back. Tomorrow's, let's see. What am I saying tomorrow? Today's my last day of vacation, so I better enjoy it while I can. Yeah, today's my last day of vacation. Okay, so I can't go over there, I guess. Look at that, there's another decent sized sycamore. I guess what I got to do is just go back to the trail. But yeah, some more Fremont cottonwoods, some smaller ones here. And there's a lot more of that western ragweed. Such a handsome, I don't care. People might think it's weedy looking, might think it's a wasteland plant. Being the plant lover that I am, I couldn't agree with that sentiment. I'm sorry. What am I saying? I'm not sorry. I love plants. So of course I'm going to be advocating for them, especially our natives. It is a native plant that is growing back. All right, so here we are. We're going to link up with the trail back to the main part of Mission Trails as I start heading my way back. All right, well, I'll keep you posted. See what any more juicy tidbits I can find before it's time for me to head back in the car and go home. And I'll keep you posted. There's something I didn't point out, which is obviously an extremely common Mission Trails tree. Coast Live Oak Quercus agrifolia, variety agrifolia. Very handsome specimen here. Got quite a few acorns in it too. And here's more of that Coast Golden Bush. Yep, Isocoma menziesii, variety menziesii. Still with those golden blossoms, golden flower heads, lighting things up here. There we go. More leaf change on the Fremont cottonwoods. Yeah, look at those cottonwoods are pretty tall back there. Those are beautiful specimens. All right. Yeah, more of the Salix exigua variety Heinziana. And some more Rosa californica, more California rose. Beautiful rose hips. It's supposed to be rich in vitamin C. There's a lot of it right along this side of the trail. Yeah, take some time to appreciate these Coast Golden Bushes. Late summer and well into fall is a great time to see those in action. Very good time to appreciate the color they add to the landscape here. All right, I'll keep working my way back, and maybe I'll get lucky and find some more stuff to point out. There's something to point out right there. Beautiful Quaipai Peak, right there. I love the beautiful rock bands on the higher elevations of that. Just love it. Beautiful. So I guess I'm gonna go head around this way, back along the riparian section, cut through the Kumeyaay Campground, and I'll see you in the next clip. Here's another massive arroyo willow. Been seeing some girthy ones around here. This is a pretty girthy arroyo willow. Now these things aren't going to get tall. Usually not going to get super tall like these ones here, the Goodings willows. Salix goodingi, but Salix lasiolipus, boy, I didn't realize, honestly, until I moved to back to San Diego County, I didn't realize how large arroyo willow trunks can get. Typically, I find these as large thicket-forming shrubs, but that's not the trunk of a shrub. Typically, it's fine with a shrub, but yeah, arroyo willows. This is definitely a little more typical of what I see with arroyo willow. Thicket-forming shrub, but every now and then you'll get some massive trunks on them. So when you see that, love it and appreciate it. Yeah, this is a little more typical right here. Regardless if it's a big, large tree trunk or a small thicket-forming shrub, hard to deny the common and beautiful arroyo willow. Yeah, see, these are the Goodings willows. These ones are about 50, 60 feet tall. You can get even taller than that sometimes. And the cottonwood there is probably about 70 feet. Ooh, I think there's a red-shouldered hawk in there. There's a big bird in there. I think it's a red-shouldered hawk, I believe. Yep, that's a red-shouldered hawk. That's the call of red-shouldered hawk. The squealy, screechy calls. Yep, Buteo lineatus. I guess it probably wasn't too keen on me talking about it. Oh well, that was cool. I usually get to see him super up close. All right, well, see if anything else pops up. Oh yeah, here we go. Probably saw this lizard earlier. Yeah, a little fence lizard. Never get tired of seeing those. Me being a lizard and herp lover, love reptiles and amphibians. Love reptiles and amphibians. That's what a herp is. A reptile or amphibian. They lump them together as herps. Herpetology is the study of reptiles and amphibians. Herping is when you're out there in the field looking for specimens of amphibians and reptiles. When you're out herping, there's a larger fence lizard going off in that thicket. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty nice place. Vision Trails, man. I've had some pretty good herp experiences here. Species I've seen so far, I've seen California king snake. I've seen red diamondback rattlesnake. I've seen western fence lizards, side blotch lizards, western whiptails, orange-throated whiptails. I've seen granite spiny lizards. I've had quite a few experiences here. Quite a few herp experiences. This tends to be a good place to see herps. I've heard Baja chorus frogs, and I think I've seen their tadpoles here. I might have seen their tadpoles here. Hey, little buddy. Hey, little buddy. So yeah, here's that other giant arroyo willow trunk from earlier. Massive. So I think I just want to go maybe ring around this way. I think this is the way I stopped going the first time. So I'm going to go this way because this is where I came across somebody who was working, planting natives. And I didn't want to get in the way. Let the guy have some peace. So I'll go. Oh yeah, see? This guy was planting a lot of stuff here. And it's doing well too. Artemisia californica, California sagebrush. There's another lizard. Black sage. Oh yeah, it smells so good. Coast golden bush. And that's white sage. Oh, and even a coast live oak seedling. I don't think that these were planted. I think they just came up on their own. Well, hey, natives. We'll let them do their thing. Oh, and even it looks like Penstemon spectabilis variety spectabilis too. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look, it's beautiful. Beautiful cottonwoods. Can't get enough of it. I also planted California buckwheats here too. All right. I'll see you on a last clip or two before we end this. Here we are. Right by one of the lakes. We got Kumeyaay Lake and Hollis Lake over here. Here, I think ducks and here coots. Hey, here's some coots in there. Yeah, this is a great place to be. Oh, even desert wild grape. This is vine hanging off of these trees. It is Gerdiana. Yeah, we get some desert wild grape. Yeah, these right here, these are grapevine leaves right here. It is Gerdiana. There's a decently large Fremont cottonwood to add a little flavor to the mix. I'm just going to go ahead and walk around this. Now here's something. Oh, looks like another California sycamore, Brian. Actually, this is a London plane tree, Platanus hispanica. Closely related to the sycamore. Closely enough related to where I've seen hybrids between these and California sycamores occur. This might actually have some California sycamore DNA in it. It's awfully fuzzy leafed. But yeah, this might have some hybrid DNA in it. But yeah, this appears more to be Platanus hispanica. But it might have some slight California sycamore DNA in it. What am I seeing? Sweet gum seed balls over here. Sweet gum seed capsule balls. Interesting. Alright. Enjoy some more leaf change. Take a look at this little overlook here. What do we have going on over here? There's a little bench and yet another massive arroyo willow. Another massive trunk arroyo willow. Gotta be kidding me. This one's even bigger. Yeah, I kid you not. Yeah, this is an arroyo willow. This is not a Goodings willow or a red willow that can get big trunks. This is another old growth Salix lasiolipus. Keep finding amazing stuff. Oh yeah, here we are at the shore of the lake. These giant broadleaf cattails over here growing to very tall sizes. Lots of young Fremont cottonwoods and willows. Little seedlings, saplings, or root soaks. Some of these might actually be seedlings. They look more like seedlings than root shoots. But yeah, this is another massive arroyo willow. It's not very tall. It's maybe about 25, 30 feet tall, but boy, the base on it, thicker than this much taller Fremont cottonwood tree. Yeah, there's some really old growth arroyo willows around here. Oh, and this big Goodings black willow. The leaves are changing too. Turning yellow for autumn. Salix Goodingi. Much taller but much thinner trunk. Here we go. Here's some fall color right here. Nice. I'm going to take this little short walk around back towards Father Junipero Serra. Here we go. Here's Rubus ursinus, California blackberry. There's a non-native one in the area, and that's Rubus discolor or Rubus arboneicus, and that's the Himalayan blackberry. But this is the native one that typically has 3 leaflets on it. There's a nice, handsome coast live oak right here. Another beautiful tree. And we still have a few flowers left over on the marsh evening primrose, Phanerothera elata subspecies hirsutissima. Okie dokie. All right. So I should be back near the campground. Well, actually, I think I'm heading away from the campground, actually. I think. Gorgeous area. Another California sycamore. We got some more fall color over here. Well, these cottonwoods are changing more. Okay. Time to get a few pictures of this. Looks like we're gonna start cutting through the campground again. Ooh, here's a large trunk toyon. Large trunk toyon. Right here. These are also typically shrubs, but this is a massive toyon. Oh my gosh. I've seen them much bigger than this, but this is a pretty big one too. This is the base right here. Heteromeles arbudifolia. I've seen a much larger than this, but this is still a very impressive specimen. You can tell it's getting some of its older, slightly furrowed bark on it as well. Most toyons you see have fairly smooth, grayish bark, but they start furrowing when they get much older. This is an absolute beautiful specimen of Heteromeles arbudifolia. Or should I joke and say Heteromeles arbudifolia? We're getting some ripening pomes here too. And then we got a holly-leaf cherry right here. Some of the leaves on this one are quite large. These ones are more typical size on Prunus ilicifolia subspecies ilicifolia. These are typical size. However, on this side here, they do get a little bit larger. And another beautiful species, which is just like the toyon in the rose family, the Rosaceae. That's a beautiful campground. Yeah, been here once before. Here again, enjoying it. All right, we can get some pictures over here. Yeah, we even got some scrub oak here. I know I pointed them out before. I think this might be Quercus burbatifolia. It could be Quercus acutidens, but this might be burbatifolia as well. Both burbatifolia and acutidens have been noted from San Diego County. Here's another one here. It's definitely hard for me to tell them apart, except when the ones get really large grayish leaves are typically the acutidens, with Engelmann oak and Mueller scrub oak DNA. This might be just burbatifolia. And when I say just burbatifolia, I don't mean that in a demeaning way, because I love our scrub oaks. But yeah, acutidens and burbatifolia can be pretty hard to tell apart. And there we go, look at that. Yeah, the cottonwoods are changing color. Oh, here's another gorgeous scrub oak. Yeah, I think these are burbatifolias. Wait a minute. This is a coast live oak. I'm tripping. This is a coast live oak. It's very shrubby. And this is definitely a Quercus agrifolia, variety agrifolia. It looked like a scrub oak from a distance, but no, that's a coast live oak. Very shrubby version. So yep, this is gonna just about do it for me. I'll start winding my way back to the car. Nice little hike out here. Maybe put in about a mile, maybe, if even that. Just wanted to do one last exploration before reality sets back in and I'm back at work and only dreaming about being out in places, hiking and climbing mountains and stuff. All right, I'll see you by the end. Oh, first off, beautiful laurel sumac right here. There's a big laurel sumac. Handsome specimen. Right here. Melosma laurina. Wow, this is a handsome one. Gosh, this is a pretty big specimen. I love when these get big. Ooh, there's a western scrub jay in there somewhere. California scrub jay. And another scrub oak. And another hollyleaf cherry. All right. Oh, here we go. Rus integrifolia, lemonade berry, or lemonade sumac. All right, I'm gonna get some pictures of this laurel sumac and start heading out. God, man, this is a very beautiful campground. Oh, I just smell the laurel sumac in the warm air. Starting to warm up quite a bit out here. Not gonna lie, kind of sad to see this end, but got to transition to go back into work mode, and just kind of missing it already. Had a really good vacation, and I'm gonna miss it. All right, well, should be up on Junipero soon. All right, so I'm back on Father Junipero. Just gonna carefully walk down this way back to the car. And it's just gonna just about do it for my video. Hope you enjoyed. Nice little touch of mission trails I felt I needed to take before going back, leaving my vacation behind, going back to work. That's where I'm parked up there. So this is going to do it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully next week maybe Mount Laguna. We'll see. See you on the next video.